Hi, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to your Fast Track to 7 a.m. Thank you for joining us here. I'm Ashlyn Hill.
And I'm Alex Larson. Today, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz is expected to take the stage at the Democratic National Convention.
Yeah, yesterday, day two, seeing big-time speakers, including former President Barack Obama, former First Lady Michelle Obama, and Second Gentleman Doug Emhoff. Yesterday, we saw Democratic leaders call on the nation to fully embrace Harris and Walz. The night also seeing the ceremonial roll call in which delegates, all 17 from North Dakota, pledged their votes to the Harris-Walz ticket.
Walz is set to take the stage tonight in his first big speech since being named the VP nominee. While Democrats are looking forward to hearing about how Walz is going to look to help all Americans.
The joyousness, the festivity, the celebration, the hopefulness that's coming from Chicago this week, I think is really special. But the messages are important. The people we fight for, the workers, the educators, the families, and you're going to hear a lot about that.
And to stay up to date on all things going on at the DNC and hear from our North Dakota delegation, make sure to download the free VNL News app.
Just search VNL News in the App Store today. We now know the shooter who killed the man in a church parking lot over the weekend is a teacher in the West Fargo School District. According to West Fargo School District's website, Donald Barron II is slated to teach driver's ed this year.
The district adds they spoke with the West Fargo Police Department, and since Barron has not been charged with any crime, they did not feel it was necessary to put him on administrative leave. And with no charges filed against Barron or anyone in this case, the state's attorney's office says they're still determining if a crime was actually committed or not.
They say right now they're still in the process of following up with several pieces of evidence and reports before making their decision if Barron acted in self-defense or not. That's a process that prosecutors say could take weeks.
But since North Dakota is a stand your ground law state, prosecutors are looking for ways this could be identified as self-defense.
There was intervening things that were going on here, and someone was coming in to try to help a situation that was fairly serious and fairly severe.
A GoFundMe for the victim, Austin Strom, is posted on our website.
An 18-year-old from Fargo has now been arrested for murder after a woman's body was found along the Red River in Moorhead. This was yesterday morning. Police are now looking for who may have helped him in the case.
A woman's body was found near 6th Avenue and Elm Street around 12:30 yesterday morning as police were searching the area for what they thought was a missing person. It turned into a murder investigation once they found her.
They will release her name as soon as they are done notifying her family. Meanwhile, police arrested 18-year-old Isaac Arndt of Fargo in relation to this case. They say they believe that he and the victim knew each other.
They say they plan to file felony homicide charges and extradite him back to Clay County. And police are also trying to find a Samsung Galaxy cell phone with an orange case. They say they believe this is tied to the murder, and it may be somewhere in the area of the crime scene. Again, that's between 6th Avenue and Elm Street North.
Police also want to speak with two separate drivers who they believe gave that suspect a ride Monday night. Police ask if you at home know anything about the case, call them immediately.
Last Monday, Churches United reached out to the community for help as they needed to raise $61,000 in just 2.5 days, as well as an additional $140,000 by the end of the month just to keep operations going.
It sounds impossible, but the community rallied around the nonprofit, and as of yesterday, Churches United has raised roughly $310,000 in just 9 days. Now they say they have financial security through the month of September. But with the immediate challenges being met, they say the shift now focuses to long-term sustainability.
We have to identify a way to fill the gap between our monthly incoming revenue versus our monthly outgoing expenses, right? And some of that is structural, and we are continuing to take a look at how we can reduce expenses. But in addition, we do have to find revenue that is going to be there every month so that we can close that gap between income and expenses so that we don't get back in this position again.
Brooks says leaders of Churches United have been meeting with charities, churches, and public officials as they continue to work towards financial security. All right, turning our attention to the weather now for the first day of school for many in the Valley. Let's get a check of our forecast with meteorologist Lisa Green. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. It is a beautiful start. We've got that nice sunrise happening for us in Fargo. You can see it's a little hazy out there. There is a little moisture in the air, a little fog, and also some wildfire smoke hanging around too. So that's going to make for a little more hazy start, but most places reporting good visibility here this morning. Fargo, our temperature 61 degrees. West Fargo starting school. Got some good weather in the metro for students there. Wind is out of the south-southeast at 10 miles per hour, and that will pick up today. We'll see that wind get stronger and stronger. From our view in East Grand Forks toward downtown Grand Forks, you can see we've got some bright conditions with that sunrise. 59 degrees right now, wind out of the south-southeast at 10 miles per hour. And sunrise happened at 6:32. It's getting a little later each day, unfortunately, but at least we get that sun sticking around for much of the day. We'll have some clouds drifting through. You see them over by Devil's Lake. Those will continue to make their way through the valley, but beyond that, it is quiet and clear here out to the west in the western Dakotas. Rain and thunderstorms there, and eventually in the next 24 hours we'll see our rain chances increase, and that's especially going to be overnight and into tomorrow. Until then, the wait out at the bus stop is looking pretty good here this morning. Again, 61 in the metro, and we'll see temperatures by this afternoon getting into the 70s, some low to upper 70s, even a couple of places reaching 80 for a high today. So great weather out at the recess and for walking home from that first day of school as well. Just know that wind's going to be a little stronger. We'll see steady speeds in the teens, but gusts will be getting into some 30s by the time we get into tonight. So that wind picks up in advance of our next system. You can see our rain chances this week really ramping up starting tonight and then continuing into Thursday. That's a day where we're watching out for some rain, some thunderstorms, some of which could be severe on Thursday afternoon, something we'll watch for. And then here comes the heat for the weekend, a reminder that it is still summertime even as we're heading back to school.
A welcome reminder.
Yeah, we're really going to feel that summertime sizzle this weekend. Temperatures near 90 in a couple of locations by Sunday.
Okay.
Ooh, heating up. Thank you, Lisa. And we're taking you back in time this morning to the good old Pioneer Days.
Yeah, this weekend you can watch history come to life at Cass County's Bonanzaville, which is where we find the Valley Today's Tatum Miller this morning. Good morning, Tatum.
Good morning, ladies. That's right. We're here at Bonanzaville, where Pioneer Days is kicking off this Saturday and Sunday. Now, I had to take a break from churning the butter. We've relocated, and we're now here at South Pleasant Church with curator Charlotte Stoddard. Good morning.
Good morning.
So we're here in South Pleasant Church. Can you tell me a little bit about the history here?
Yeah, so this is very reminiscent of a 19th century church in a rural area. So the outside of this church is South Pleasant Church, and actually the interior is from St. John's Church, which used to be here, but I believe it was destroyed by either a fire or a flood in 1960s, 70s. So yeah, this is where everybody living in rural North Dakota would come to go to church every Sunday.
Wow, and this behind us, was this true to the time period as well?
Yes, so all of the interior would be pretty similar to how you'd see it in 19th century North Dakota.
And it is gorgeous. We have some great acoustics in here, and you guys are actually going to be having a real church service here for Pioneer Days, right?
Yeah, so on Sunday at 11 a.m. we'll be having a traditional Lutheran church service in this church. It'll be led by the pastor from the church that actually meets here regularly on Sundays.
Oh, wow.
And so it'll be traditional Lutheran, very reminiscent of what you would find in rural North Dakota at the time.
Yeah, and that's not the only thing you guys are doing that's staying true to that time period. What other activities can we see this weekend?
So we have tons of historic demonstrations. We have steam threshing, we have various wood carvers, people demonstrating their craft. And then we have kids' activities and crafts. We'll have kids' crafts by Carlos St. Germain in the basement of this church. They'll be making some Pioneer toys. And then we will have plenty of costume docents throughout the village as well.
Yes, of course, and you're going to be here as well.
Absolutely.
All in your getup. So it's this Saturday and Sunday. What time can folks come out here?
Yeah, so Saturday it'll be 10 to 5. And then Sunday, we'll be starting the day at 9 a.m. with the pancake breakfast in the event center, followed by that 11 a.m. church service. And then activities will begin at noon and then go to 5.
All right, so you can have the whole day starting off with a full stomach.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, thank you, Charlotte. And coming up next, we're going to relocate one more time. I'm Tatum Miller for Valley News Live. Back to you at the studio.
Our very own pioneer, Tatum Miller, this morning. How cute is she?
Yeah, you better come back in that costume, Tatum. And thank you for that live look this morning.
A big reminder, you can head out and enjoy the festivities on Saturday from 10 to 5 or Sunday from 9 to 5.
And new for you this morning, the Red River Valley Fair asking for your feedback.
They posted this survey on social media asking people what they want to see, do, and experience at next year's fair. The Red River Valley Fair Experience Survey is anonymous and it will be open to take until October 1st.
The fair's executive director made a plea for emergency fundings, $1.2 million to be exact, from the Cass County Commission this week. That request was denied, with commissioners citing more pressing priorities like housing.
You can read more about that and find a link to take the survey for yourself. Just head on over to our website, valleynewslive.com, and click on this story.
And today's the big day. It's National Senior Citizens Day, the opportunity to show respect for seniors' accomplishments and the influence of their lives.
A recent census count shows there are 47 million seniors living in the U.S. That's a number expected to nearly double by the year 2060. If you're looking to brighten a senior's day, now could be the time to volunteer at a retirement home.
And for seniors, the day may bring you some discounts and promotions at stores and restaurants where you live. So let's take some time today to acknowledge our elders.
The Today Show and CBS Morning's just about to start. Thank you all so much for waking up with us here on the Valley today. Good luck if you're heading back to the classroom. We'll see you again tomorrow morning. I'm Ashlyn Hill.
I'm Alex Larson. See you tomorrow.